Welcome into the Local and Community Issues and Answers program right here with Jonathan Lawson. Special guest today is Catherine Hartman from the Laurel County Adult Education Center. How are you today?
I'm doing just great.
Okay, now tell me what about your services here.
Probably the service we're most known for in the area is helping adults complete their GED. In other words, get that credential so that they have the equivalent of a high school diploma that will help them in the workplace, help them go to college, whatever their goals may be.
Very good, and there's a lot of people that could use this service today, because I know a lot of people without their high school diploma or a GED.
Absolutely.
So is the service hard? I mean, explain a little bit to me.
Okay, it depends a lot on where you are, and that's when a student comes into us, that's the first thing we do is kind of sit down and first of all talk to them about what their educational experiences have been, and we do some assessments to find out where are your reading skills, where are your math skills, where are your writing skills, you know, where are you now?
Right.
And because we know where you need to be in order to pass that test.
Okay.
So we'll take a look at where you are, and we'll talk to you about your goals, because some people, of course, have a job interview next week and they think they need their GED for that.
Yeah.
That can be difficult.
Right.
Some people, they could come in. I had a couple young people just last night. We do orientation each Monday, and they were interested in starting college in January. Well, that's a very realistic goal. We can sit down and work with them and probably have them ready by January to enter college.
Okay.
So we sit down and work with you on what are your goals, where are you, and what's your time frame, and we'll tell you what it's going to take if you can meet that time frame, or how much work it's going to take on your part in order to meet that time frame.
So you actually help a lot of people every day, you know, whether it be a student or whatever.
Yes, we do. And in addition to GED, some of our other services that people may not initially associate with us is we help adults who have very low reading or no reading skills learn to read.
Now, is that kind of difficult? You know, somebody that's went their whole life not knowing how to read, do they pick it up easy? Not
necessarily. It can be tough because there's reasons why they probably didn't learn to read when they were in school, let's say elementary school, the first go-round.
Right.
So some people have learning disabilities that went undiagnosed when they were in school. Some people just had very fractured lives, a lot of illness, a lot of family situations that kept their education from being on a continuum where they couldn't keep it up, couldn't keep going. It was all disjointed, and they fell behind and they never caught up.
What about if somebody's like a slow learner, you know, having problems like that?
Sometimes they can often qualify for accommodation, so working on the GED and taking the test, they can get additional time.
Okay.
We had a young woman about a year ago who came to us pretty much a non-reader. Her reading was in very low, you know, like a second grade level.
Oh.
In 6 months, she had her GED.
Well, that's great.
Because she was committed, we were committed, and she had those abilities, but she had been misdiagnosed when she was in school as being mentally retarded. I think probably what it was is some learning disabilities that went undiagnosed. But she was kind of stunned. She had ordered her, she was in her 50s, asked for her high school records, which they had them. She had gone to school in Ohio, got her high school records, and by the time we'd gotten her high school records, her reading was improving, and she had read her high school record and was stunned to find out she'd been considered retarded all her school life. And she has since got her GED. She's hoping to go to college. She's just a really committed individual. Always had that capability. Her biggest missing ingredient was confidence.
So this is a great community service that's reaching out to people every day. Where are you all located at?
We've got a couple locations. Our main office is at the Bennett Center in London, if you're familiar with where Sue Bennett College was. It's now the Bennett Center and hosts several nonprofit organizations in the community, and we're one of those. So that's our main office. We also have a full-time center in Corbin. It's on 25W, right before you get to the original Kentucky Fried Chicken. Most people know where that is. But it's right before you get to the original Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's on your right. It says Laurel County Adult Education. It's kind of a brownstone building. We're there as well. We also have some evening classes at East Bernstadt Schools on Monday and Wednesday nights.
Okay.
And we're also located, we also have classes in the Laurel County Detention Center. Hopefully you will not be visiting us there.
Right. Now, what is the minimum classes that somebody has to take there?
It depends entirely on the individual. There are people right now who could pass the GED test. They just don't know it. They've already got the skills.
Right.
And we can help them determine that. If you're ready to take it, we're not going to hold you back and make you sit in a seat for the sole purpose of seat time.
Right.
If you're ready, we're going to have you take the test, and we're going to get you on your way. I find that most people need 3 to 6 months of work.
Okay.
That's a pretty good average.
That sounds good. What about if somebody went to a private school all their life and, didn't learn what was in the basic schools? How can you deal with that?
We deal with, our instructors can work with everybody from someone who's just learning to read to someone who's, practicing, getting their algebra and geometry underway.
Right.
Our teachers have to be very skilled